marathon race recap. I kid you not that the Thursday before I left, I was flying to New York City on Friday for the New York City half that took place on Sunday. No, I take that back. It was Wednesday night. I was at yoga and I was racking my brain, full of anxiety, trying to figure out a way to get out of going to this race. Then I also thought of all of you who so kindly donated to support the cause that I was supporting, Planned Parenthood, reproductive rights, women's health, and also just the fact that I was supporting a larger mission. I was like, no, I need to go and do this. The reason I signed up for this race last December was that I wanted to prove to myself, and I very much was intentional with the fact that I wanted to go to New York City on my own, participate in this race on my own, and feel like I could confidently figure it out. Going to a city, riding the metro, getting to the start. How was I gonna start a race without someone to give my stuff to? How would it feel finishing a race that I've trained so hard for without someone at the finish there cheering me on, supporting me, embracing me, all of those things? How would that feel, and could I do it? So I left for New York on Friday afternoon, flew into JFK, jumped in an Uber, and went to my hotel. I did spend a little extra. I was a little extra on the hotel to make myself feel secure in the city. I am someone who has lived in a small town my whole life, moved to a small town, from a small town, Maine to Wyoming. Love cities, but I haven't really navigated them solo before, so this was definitely an experience, and just booking a nice place to stay felt like a little security blanket. Woke up in New York City! Went to bed at like 3:30, so got a day today, and then racing tomorrow morning. Robin's racing, baby. Okay, so a part of me wanting to do the New York City half marathon was wanting to prove to myself that I can be independent, travel alone, be in a city alone. So I'm just getting my day going here. I am ready to get out into the city, and I'm just truthfully like working up some courage. I have a little route planned. I need to go up. I'm in Lower Manhattan in Tribeca, and I need to go pick up my race bib, start packet, like all that stuff, get my info. So I'm about to go out and adventure on my own. Really need to figure out the subway system. I have a walking route planned, but it's gonna take an hour, which like, that's fine. It'll be a little like shakeout walk for the race tomorrow. So gonna find myself a New York bagel. Gotta do some errands on the way, and we're gonna go explore the city. I'm an independent woman. I fucking got this.
All right, so I realized from here on out I didn't record any more video of me talking or explaining anything, but I found this cute little market that I walked through on the way to find my bib. This was the race bib pickup. It was insane in here. It felt like an IKEA. You had to walk through the whole thing. Found my name on this giant wall of all the runners' names. There I am.
The metro was super easy to figure out. Thank goodness for Google Maps. It tells you exactly which station to go to, which train to get on, which train to swap to, and yeah, really easy. As well as I actually bought a Metro card and loaded it, but I guess you can also just, if you have Apple Pay set up on your phone, you can just scan your phone at the turnstiles. So for future, that is good to know. Once I rode the Metro once, I was like, easy, done. I'm gonna do this everywhere. I'm kind of mad that I paid for an Uber to my hotel because Ubers are like $100 from the airport into the city. However, it was 2 a.m., so it's okay. You know, Uber was probably the safer bet. figured all that out. I met up with my cousin for dinner that night. I met up with a friend for coffee that day. It was kind of perfect and felt good about getting to the start, as well as just figuring out Sunday.
I rode the subway to the start of the race with thousands of other people, and then we were all corralled like ants into the start. I didn't take any horizontal video while running, I only took vertical, so enjoy these nice little clips of me running over the Manhattan Bridge. We ran from Brooklyn to Central Park, so all the way up through Manhattan, and honestly, it was one of the coolest ways that I have seen the city. By far my favorite was running through the closed off Times Square. How could you not enjoy this? How freaking cool.
So as much as I wanted to cancel, to not go, to let my anxiety win, I didn't. And thank God I didn't, because I had the best time. I trained for this for about 6 to 8 weeks. And my coach was like, yeah, you got this. Like, here are the splits you should run. And she said like 7:30 to 8:30. And I was like, whoa, that sounds really fast. I typically run in the mountains, so not used to running splits that fast because I'm usually gaining a lot of elevation. Don't do a lot of road running. And holy shit, like just the energy of New York City and the amount of racers, I was out the gates in a sub 8 minute pace, like running the first few miles around 8 minutes, sub 8 minutes, and felt really good the whole race. Throughout the race, I played this little game with myself. So I was like, okay, the next 30 minutes, I want to maintain a pace of at least. And I knew I wanted to finish sub 2 hours. So the slowest pace that I could take was about a 9-minute mile. So I was out the gates hot. The first 30 minutes, I had a really good around like 8-minute average. I was like, okay, the next like 30 minutes, I'm going to give myself some room to kind of make sure that I can maintain for the whole race. Let's average an 8:30 pace, but I continued to average below that. I just felt fine and good. The next 30 minutes, it was the same. I was like still feeling good, but wanted to give myself some breathing room to slow down if I needed to. And it was just like giving myself that permission to slow down allowed me, alleviated pressure, I guess. I finished the race at about, I think it was like an 8:11 pace, an hour, 47 minutes, which was well below the 2-hour mark. And I was so pleased. I felt really good. I felt like I should have run faster, but I am very pleased. Running into Central Park, I was super stoked and felt amazing. My nutrition game plan for the race was I brought 1 bag of honey stingers. So I made sure that I ate at least 60 grams of carbs the morning before the race. For me, that looked like I didn't think about this before or even Saturday during the day, that nothing would be open in the morning to get breakfast before like a 7 a.m. corral call. So I was lucky that I had a chewy bar, super random, and some dried mango that I had traveled with. So I could piece together 60-ish grams of carbs to consume in the morning, as well as 1 water bottle of electrolytes. So I just had like a throwaway water bottle that I put some element in and got 60 grams of carbs in, got a hydration pack in. Like I said, I had my coffee, and I always put heavy cream in my coffee, so I had some good fat calories, which doesn't really matter, but. And then went into the race with 1 pack of honey stingers in my pocket, knowing that it was about a 2-hour effort. Honestly, in training runs that are like 2 hours or less, I don't really bring any nutrition or hydration. So I was going to rely on hydration from the race, that the race provided. And my typical plan with nutrition is I do the honey stinger gummies, and I do 1 or 2 gummies every 15 minutes. So I was doing 1 every 15 minutes for the first hour, and then I was starting to feel a little bit of fatigue, and I was like, oh, I might bonk. So I started to eat more. I was eating 2 gummies every 15 minutes, and I could tell the last 3 miles that kind of brought my energy back up. So that felt really good to kind of have that awareness throughout the race. And I drank water at 2 aid stations. I think it was like aid station at 9 miles, and then aid station like the last mile, and I had like 2 cups of water. Not much. I really didn't feel like I needed much hydration. After the race, I felt great. I had a quick plane to catch, so it was like straight to the hotel, shower, check out, and ride the metro to the airport. Felt great the next day. I played pickleball the next day. Like, wasn't sore, felt good. And overall, I'm just so pumped about this race. I surprised myself. I had a great time in New York by myself, and I learned so much about myself by doing this. This isn't a distance that I usually participate in. I don't do road races. I don't try to run very fast. And all of it came together, and I'm so pleased. I'm also so grateful for everyone who donated to support the cause. So if you did donate, thank you so much. Not only did you support the cause, but you supported me in building my confidence with myself, and hopefully inspired others that they can do it too. Thank you all so much. Don't forget to hit subscribe. I'm going to be sharing more running content this summer as I train for my first 50 miler. And I've got a couple fun races between then and now that I will also share about. But thanks so much, guys. We'll see you soon.